Hello, my lovely viewers. Welcome back to the Joseph Jean. We are continuing where we left off. If you have not watched part one of this episode, please go back and watch it. We are continuing with our lovely guest, Judith Gihana, an entrepreneur. What business habits have you adopted over the years and how have they helped you grow?
Okay, not so long ago, me and my partner started this habit where we have monthly meetings. We used not to. We used to just wing it till the year ends and then meet and then discuss everything. But we realized we needed to meet monthly to see if we had tasks we were supposed to fulfill the last month, if we were able to make plans, to check if we have actually fulfilled our plans.
Yeah.
And we made it a must to meet every month, at least once. Usually we do this at the beginning of a month or towards the second week of a month. And we meet and pray for the business.
Yeah.
Because in our business we put God first. I didn't mention this as one of the values, but it is. Yes, and we pray and we read a verse or two, pray, and then we discuss different things we have going on in the business. If there's a plan for maybe the next month, we look into that. If we made bullets of things we're supposed to do, we check who was supposed to do what, did they do it. And I would say this has helped us improve certain areas of our business. For example, we recently had a challenge with packaging. We agreed, okay, let's go to one of the factories that make packaging and see what they have and see whether we can adjust to buying from there instead of buying from distributors who only sell what is moving.
Yeah.
So yeah, that I would say is a habit we've come up with over time, and it has worked for us. It is working for us because it's still fresh, but we can already see results.
Okay. That's nice. So you talked about having a business partners. Now, from your experience, what would you say are the ideal things you need to look out for when considering doing business with someone?
The first thing I would say is you have to look at the strengths of the partner you're bringing on board. What are their strengths?
Yeah.
Of course, when I was pitching to my business partner, Brenda, I knew her strength was she's a chemist, industrial chemist by profession.
Yeah.
So I knew whatever she's doing, she knows she's doing right. Yeah, if it's formulas, if it's chemicals, she understands that because she has studied it and she practices it daily. So I knew on that part, I'm okay. Yeah. And then on my side, she knew what I'm bringing on board is my strength in administrative work, business management, marketing, mainly marketing, I would say, and maybe a bit of accounting.
Yeah.
Yes, so we merged and combined efforts and tried to push this thing together.
Yeah.
I would also say I encourage, especially businesses that want to not businesses, individuals that want to start businesses and have main jobs. This is one way to make it work.
Yeah.
You get a partner, a business partner or two or three. You start the thing together. You distribute the roles so that it's not too much. It's not too heavy on one person. At least you know, so-and-so is handling packaging. So let me handle maybe production. Or so-and-so is handling social media. So let me handle this. Then you give each other targets where necessary. And then, it helps push the business as well.
Yeah. Okay. I see that I see something very important there. So when considering having a business partner, you need to look at someone that has a strength in probably an area where you may not really be strong. so
Yes.
that you can balance out the.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's actually very important. Yeah. Then did you have, because I know probably there's an element of friendship with your business partners. So this is a bit personal, but I think it's also very helpful for entrepreneurs out there who might be working together and are friends. How do you maintain the balances of knowing that, okay, this is friendship, like when does where does friendship end and where does business begin? Like how do you create those boundaries for each other?
Oh, okay. I would say when we were starting out, we were not exactly close friends. We were just friends, who knew each other from work. And over the time, we have just become friends because of working together. So I wouldn't say friendship was an element or like a problem for us in this business. Everyone knew what they're supposed to do when they're supposed to do it. I would encourage, though, other businesses that have partnerships. Usually, it's not healthy to mix friendship with business. If it's time for business, you mean that. If it's time for friendship, yeah, it's not healthy to mix the two because usually emotions enter, and then someone tells you how you designed that post is not good. It's not speaking to our business, and then you catch feelings, and then and then you're like, oh, this business partner. What? So if that's hard, if that's hard, you can talk it out. You can pray and say, God, help us to separate friendship from what we are trying to do together in this business, because honestly, emotions ruin things. Yeah.
Definitely. So what is the best piece of advice you have received as you're walking this entrepreneur journey? What would you say?
We've received a lot
It might
of
not be
advice.
one. It can be just a few. Yeah, you can share a few.
We've gotten a lot of advice on this journey. We've from friends, from family. One of the pieces of advice that maybe has stood out for us is to take feedback. Different customers give different feedbacks. It can be good, it can be bad, but someone advised us, please always take that feedback and to not to hurt to the business. Look at it, dissect it, see whether what they're saying can be changed if it's bad, or if it's good, look at why they're saying it's good. It can be something you market as a strength for your business.
Yeah.
And then another piece of advice we got that I think we should be taking on soon is the business should save. It, for example, you've seen unit trusts, so we can open a unit trust for the business that in the future you can use that saving or that investment to, buy an asset like a piece of land or something. Because it is very rare for the business, like a human, like us normal people, it's very rare to just wake up and you have 20 million and you go and buy a piece of land in, somewhere. So for the business, we need to at least put aside something for us, the business, not for us, not for profit, just out of the business. Put it aside, save it or invest it, and then it matures in the future. It's an asset as well for the business.
There's something you said about feedback, receiving customer feedback, and finding a way of improving your product or your service. Now, when it comes to customer feedback, my experience, both from the marketing perspective and from the perspective of being a client, I realize that people really do not like taking feedback. They take it personally. When you try to tell them, oh, I don't appreciate this, or I don't like this being done like that, which at the end of the day is kind of funny when you think about it, because the customer remains king. So I love that you embrace that and you apply it to your business. So thank you so much for sharing
Maybe to
those
add to
tips.
feedback, one of the things, you pick from feedback is ways to improve your products. You learn ways, you look at the perspective of the customer. You try and see from their perspective. Like one time I had a customer ask me, why is it that last month you gave me very yellow shea butter, then this month it's more white? We should always receive what the customer is asking, do research, or if you're not sure, ask and then respond. Not, hey, what is wrong with you? So some of these things sometimes we just need to communicate.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned over the years, you asked earlier, I have learned that how we communicate is very important. And we shouldn't fear to communicate to our customer.
Yes.
I forgot to mention one of our challenges is delivery, mode of delivery. Borders. It's not easy to run a business when you're depending entirely on borders. You can't. It's hard. It's hard to be consistent, like with time. But we forget sometimes that the customers we are serving are in the same Kampala that we are all in. So it's very possible that the same experience you're having with that border guy, this customer has experienced. So you can always be honest and explain and communicate to them that, you see, the border guy told me he was coming to me in an hour. It's been 2 hours.
And he hasn't yet come.
Yes, I apologize, but is it okay if if the border brings it, at such and such a time? I would say it's a big challenge for us, and it's something we're looking into, trying to work on. We're looking at several options of solutions. But back to what you were saying, feedback, customers. So we take whatever a customer tells us and then we dissect it and then we communicate back. Because how we communicate back is also very important. It could be in messages. You first appreciate the feedback, then you respond. Thank you so much for that observation. This is why this and this and this is happening. Yeah. The shea butter changes. The texture is like this because of heat. Maybe the color is like this because different shea nuts give you different colors. Yeah. The shower gel, maybe the color is deeper this time and it was lighter last time because the product is handmade. Yeah, so it can't be 100% because it's what? Handmade. So you'll be surprised. Customers actually understand as long as you communicate.
Yeah. Communication is a big one, especially when it comes to, but I think it's a general problem really for many businesses. I think the aspect of communication is something that is very sensitive to the growth of a business. But yes, like you said, it really, really helps when you have someone reassuring you in the background that this is what's happening. Maybe if the person is delivering like 20 items in one go, that can also be made clear. You know what?
True.
This person is doing 20 items and I'm estimating they will reach you around this time.
Yeah.
Is it okay? Because also I feel if expectations are not made clear, it's very hard for a client to understand.
True. That's very
but
true.
I think that's where the aspect of communication helps. You make it very clear and you're like, okay, I'm estimating around this time. Is it okay? Can you wait? Definitely agree with you on that. Communication is a really, really, really big one. Now, I would like you to share just some bit of advice to the women out there who may feel a lack of motivation with starting up. We have so many people that are gifted. I've come across women that are gifted with so many things, with arts, with crafts, with fashion and design, with so much. But they are not really open to the idea of entrepreneurship because they feel like it's a lot of work. Where am I going to begin and all that? So, and after all, I already have a job. Why should I stress myself? So, what word would you give to such a person out there?
Start. Start with whatever you have. Though I wouldn't say where I want to be business wise. I had always wanted to start to do something like this in the line of personal care, but I had also always wanted to do something in the line of hair. I have always wanted to do something in the line of hair. I won't say what. I don't want to copy my business idea. But I know all my friends know of this idea. I've sung it, but I have not yet started. So I don't blame or crucify anyone that's, not starting because of, fear. How do I begin? But what I can say to encourage you is you may not need as much as you think you need. And also the business journey changes. It's, how do you say this? It's an up
An up and
down journey. You have highs, you have lows. You have times where you've maybe hired someone and then they just disappear with all your products. There are challenges that you just can only experience on the journey. You can't plan for them before. You can't plan for them like before you start, but you can only experience them once you have started. So that business idea, put it out of a bag, write it down, draft a simple plan. If I'm to start, how much do I need? Where should I set up? Who will I sell to? How should my product look? Where will I get packaging? This is now to manufacturers or people in the product space, because a lot of times you look at a product on Pinterest and you're like, let me start make a brand like this. So you get packaging, you get a few pieces from, China. And then next thing you know, people love the product, but now you're like,
the
cost of getting this packaging in. So you look at those things before you start. Draft something simple. Go to spaces where there are free services that support entrepreneurs. These places are there. For example, where I work at Yuri, that space is designed specifically to support entrepreneurs, not just women, even men. We've had hundreds of businesses go through that space and actually grow into big businesses, big brands that distribute all over the country, even exporting. So even if the idea is raw, you can start by, figuring out how that product is made. I want to maybe start baking. Or I want to start making gummy candies, where do I even get the material? What is that to even use, So you come to spaces like this, they have experts, the support is free, they advise you, then you go and you have Entandikwa, you have where to start. So whatever it is you want to do, my advice would be start. Starting is writing down the business idea you have, the answering the what, the when, the where, the how, the how much, all that. Then among those things, you start looking for answers.
Okay.
So don't fear. Start.
Okay, so along your journey from the time you began up to where you are now, I'm sure there were some voices that might have come in to discourage you and tell you, no, you can't be doing this is risky, and things of the sort. How did you deal with that?
I would say...
You can even share an example.
I haven't really, surprisingly, people around me are good vibes. I haven't really had anyone in my ears telling me, ikintu kite kiganye. No, I haven't really had anyone like that. I've instead had encouragement from family, from friends. Hey, I like what you're doing. You know, mom's friends, they order from me, they buy, they support. Friends of friends, workmates, they order the products. So that is encouraging. Experiences within the business are what can maybe make you want to chill. Like, there's a point in our business where we were really struggling with the finances. We grew, we were able to get a space, get machines. Oh, we agreed not to say car anymore. We got space. We got a machine.
Yeah.
We are getting a few things together here and there
Yeah.
as on our journey of growing. And of course, the bigger you grow, meaning the production you're doing has increased a bit, meaning the customers also have to increase.
Yeah.
So there's a point where it was not matching. The growth we had, the growth on the production side and the, was not matching the sales. The sales were just flat. They were the same. And that honestly was demotivating.
Yeah.
I remember one time me and my partner sat down and were like, but what do we do? Things are not, moving as much as well as we would have wanted or as we had anticipated. And we just encouraged each other there, patted each other on the back and said, let's continue. We haven't yet reached where we want to get with this. Yeah, plus other issues within the business can have made us, sometimes think about chilling, quitting. But thank God for persistence. You guys, prayer helps. Because all these journeys, I will front God because honestly, most of the time, it's the only way you can, get out of bed and be motivated to do something. Yes.
Wow. My dear viewers, I hope we are learning. I'm personally learning so much. So do you have a word of encouragement for someone out there that is at that point that you are at? They've tried everything. They feel like they are failing. And now the next thing is just, can we just give up? Can we close the business?
I would say, first of all, look at why. Why are things failing? Is it something that you can fix? Like, if it sells, what are you not doing right? If it is maybe marketing, what are you not doing right? What can you do? Have you really done everything in to the point to satisfaction that it is at that point where you're like to chite? Or is it just a moment of discouragement? Maybe a customer has rejected a product or returned it, or got a bad, maybe the product, you had an accident and maybe the product's all spilled or something. Look at why that the business is in that space, and then ask yourself, have I really done everything I would be able to do in my power to fix this problem? And then if you can't answer that question, then that means you have to continue. You look at a few ways to fix it and then you move forward. But if it's maybe illegal or something like that, then close the business.
There's no shortcut.
No shortcut. But I would encourage businesses to pray about these things. Don't suffer in silence. We should have a mentor. We're trying to find one. I know it's important, but we don't have one yet. We're on that journey. We do have businesses we look up to and try to emulate. There's a business in Ghana that does almost the same line of products as ours. We look up to it, how they brand, how they advertise. how they handle their, how their production space looks. It's something we want to be close to or even bigger.
Yeah.
Though we don't have a mentor yet, but I encourage businesses before starting, get a mentor. These days, these things are there. There are platforms.
Yeah.
There are people who are very willing to mentor businesses. So that's something I would advise people to get. And in those moments where you're discouraged, that mentor really comes through, because one way or the other, they have experienced those challenges and they'll always have a way to help you, to guide you. So don't suffer in silence.
Yeah. So, looking back on your journey, what's one of those things, the one thing or maybe two that you look at and you're like, yeah, I'm really proud I accomplished that?
On the business side or on my personal?
On the business side.
On the business side, I may not have mentioned it earlier, but it was very hard for me to let go of not doing everything, not wanting to do everything. It was weighing on me, but I was not willing to let someone else step in and assist
Yeah.
until I allowed and got someone to help, with the marketing bit. And I felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. So when I look back, I'm like, "Kale, why was I refusing?"
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I would say there's a point where we really went through a rough patch with our business. I don't know if my partner would be comfortable to share this, so I'll just say she went through something, a life-threatening experience, and it really weighed on me and her. I wouldn't say it weighed on me, it weighed on her more. It weighed on us, it weighed on the business. But somehow we went through that, and I would say she's in a much better space now. And yeah, we're okay. So that's something I look back to and I'm like, thank God we went through that, we overcame that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any last words to the people out there before we close?
Please buy our products. It's free kalango, so I'll use it.
Yeah. So you can show the
Okay.
audience your product.
Okay, this is our hand wash. It's berry scented, very moisturizing for the hands. When you use it, many hand washes, you wash your hands and after, your hands are dry. This one, no. That's one of the issues we were solving with this hand wash. It's only 8,000. You can get our products on any of our social media platforms. If you DM us, I will be sharing them. Then for the shower gels, we have two types. We have the Lotus shower gel and we have the honeydew shower gel, all Essen branded. The Lotus shower gel is infused with lotus flower extracts and aloe vera and some honey and lemon for all the skin benefits you get from those natural plants. Same to this also, it's the honeydew shower gel. It is infused with honey, it's infused with lemon, aloe vera as well, and it's very nourishing for your skin. So when you use it in the bathroom and leave, you'll feel a difference, I'm sure. Then we have a shea body butter. It is 100% organic shea butter, and we add some olive oil, we add some beeswax, which are both natural ingredients, and this butter is meant to moisturize your skin. So when you apply it, it dissolves into your skin, leaves it moisturized and feeling supple. So it's our products. The price ranges are very affordable, because remember one of the things I said we were going for is affordability.
Yeah.
So our shower gels go for only 12,000 for retail, and our shea body butter, this size, of course we have different sizes. This is our regular size. It goes for only 15. Our hand wash is 8,000. Our liquid detergent, which I couldn't carry into the studio, you can you can see it on our social media handle. It's 15,000 for a 5 liter, and then the 20 liter is only 40,000. So visit our different social media handles. We are on Instagram, we are Essen_products. On WhatsApp, you'll see the number on the screen. And on Twitter, we are Essen Products UG. On TikTok, we are Essen_products. And then Facebook, Essen_products. So you can DM us and order, and we shall deliver.
Yeah.
Yes.
You mentioned something earlier about doing a sort of giving back to community. You can share with the people in case they want to participate.
Oh, yes. So next month, that is June, on the 28th, we shall be visiting a children's unit in Mlago called Mwana Mjimu, where it's a sanctuary for infants. And we shall be giving back that way. That's our CSR,
Corporate social
responsibility. Corporate social responsibility. So we want to give back to community, and that's how we want to do it. And if you're interested in joining us, please reach out to me on the number that they're going to put below, or you can DM us on our socials, and contribute what you can to the cause. We shall be sharing a list of the items that we need to purchase to support these children. And if you're interested in joining us to go there, please, you're very welcome. Just let us know, and we shall make the necessary arrangements for you to join us. Thank you.
Thank you so much again, Judith, for making the time to be here.
You're welcome.
Our dear viewers, thank you so much for listening in. Thank you for always showing up. For those of us that are watching for the first time, please like and subscribe and share. Until next time, bye-bye.